Welcome into episode 32 of Breaker Banter. My name's Devin Dobek, live from the Hard Rock Cafe here in Biloxi. Very excited momentarily. We'll be bringing Hugo Koch, a forward for the Breakers, on to discuss his hockey journey in a lengthy interview. Very excited for that. Last weekend, a 3-game road trip for the Breakers out against the Twin City Thunderbirds. Fell 9-2, a good game on Friday night. The third period got away from them, 4-2 the next night, and then 6-3 the night after. Other updates for you, AJ Schlepp has been assessed a 3-game suspension, so the Breakers will be without him until their final home game on April 4th. April 4th is going to be a good night because it's going to be a redemption night. So here's the deal. Season ticket holders, if you have any unused tickets from this season, beginning March 20th at noon, you can go to the box office and exchange your unused tickets for an unspecific terrace level ticket. So basically any tickets, any games you couldn't make it to or give away, you can show up with those tickets, cash them in, and get some tickets. They won't be able to pick a location for you, but you will have entry to the game for a few extra people. So if you want to bring some friends along, that's going to be great. And that sale will stop on April 4th at noon as well. So you'll get tickets for the April 4th, the last home game, but that's the promotion we have. Also, very excited, it'll be Seawolves Retro Weekend this upcoming weekend. So March 27th and 28th, Louis Dumont, the all-time ECHL points and assist leader, former Seawolves captain, won the Kelly Cup in '99. He'll be there to drop the ceremonial puck on Friday night. He'll be signing autographs, taking pictures. We got a couple surprises for you. The Wolves Den will be intact, so we're going to have the Wolves Tunnel. We're going to use all their goal songs, and it's going to be a night filled with nostalgia. So if you haven't been to a game yet, now's the time. Baton Rouge Zydeco coming to town, so a rivalry series, the battle for I-10. 5 of the Breakers' last 7 matchups will be against Baton Rouge. So they're going to be physical series, and with both teams out of the playoffs, it should be pretty fun to see who can win the battle for I-10. Zydeco have won 4 of the first 7 meetings. So it should be awesome. It's a game that the Breakers have taken 3 from with the Zydeco, so we're very much looking forward to that. Final home weekend will be April 3rd and 4th against the Blue Ridge Bobcats, so another physical series. Very excited to close out home on April 4th, which will also be redemption night. But Louis Dumont on the house, that's our big headline for this week. Other personnel, Anton Borodkin has decided to return to Russia, so we wish him the absolute best in his future endeavors. Made 22 or 23 starts for the Breakers this year. Always a fun goaltender to watch, so we really appreciate him for his time. There will be some other roster updates coming that haven't been announced that will be coming out this upcoming week, so stay tuned to see that. But a lot of guys starting to get banged up towards the end of the season, so there will be some new players coming in. But that just about wraps us up for our intro. We're going to bring Hugo on for our interview momentarily. And we welcome you back to episode 32 of Breaker Banter. My name's Devin Dobek. I'm joined by forward for the Breakers, Hugo Koch. Hugo, nice to have you. Welcome onto the show and welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. So I like to kick off any interview starting at the roots. So tell us about your early hockey journey growing up in Gothenburg, Sweden. Who were your early mentors? Let's start there.
I think growing up in Gothenburg, as people know, it's a big hockey town. Got Frölunda as a SHL team. Lots of players came from Gothenburg playing in NHL right now. His name is Rasmus Dahlin. A guy skated with him during the summer. So Lucas Raymond plays for Detroit Red Wings. It's just a big hockey town overall, so good place to grow up for sure for hockey.
So playing youth hockey growing up in Sweden, what was it like? Was it very accessible? Were there select teams? Did you have to travel a lot, or did hockey kind of sweep through the community?
So hockey's huge in Sweden. There's a rink in every single city. Gothenburg probably has at least 20 rinks. So super accessible. You travel obviously for games, but growing up in youth hockey, you just travel within your city basically. So max road trips will be 2 hours. So
okay, so very doable travel. So it's accessible, an accessible sport, which is why so many great players. I mean, you look at the Olympics, 4 nations face off. So many great players have come out of Sweden. But a favorite NHL team or player growing up? Was there people you admired?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, As really early stage, it was Rangers because of Henrik Lundqvist coming from Gothenburg. Getting a little bit older, it was more into Pittsburgh Penguins and watching Sidney Crosby play for sure. He's definitely an idol of mine. So.
Excited to see him make maybe one last final playoff push. It was upsetting what happened to him in the Olympics, but as a fan of the United States, I can't really complain. That could have been the difference. But
Oh, for sure.
what other sports or hobbies did you have growing up in Sweden?
So I did a lot. I did soccer, huge sport in Sweden, to European sports for sure. Also did some gymnastics, floorball, and just a few different ones.
So we now get to your high school stage of your career. So you played major junior throughout your high school ages and consistently seemed to play at those higher levels and growing with the talent level you were playing with. What led to your success on the score sheet, of course, your points? Was it a mindset, coaching, extra practice? What put you above the rest?
I think everything and overall, like, we had such a good junior program in high school in Rögle. I moved away from home when I was 15. Started playing for Rögle SHL club. Their junior program is just unreal. Throughout high school, we had 2 practices in the morning, gym at 7 o'clock, ice at 8. Then we went to school and then practice at 4 o'clock with the team. So it was like, we had so much ice time, such a good school, helping out with the team in high school, and it was just amazing, unreal. It was a great facility, and all the extra work you could put in. We had 3 ice rinks in the same spot, so a lot of accessibility for practicing. So.
And you played in Sweden up until you were 19 years old. So taking a look now, you've been in the FPHL for a few seasons. You've had time in the SP, which we'll get to as well. But taking a look at the Swedish game or the European style game and comparing it to the American game, in what ways is it similar or different?
So I think a big difference is starting with the physicality. North American hockey is obviously a lot more physical, but also the ice is bigger over there, so you have more time with the puck. But I think the European hockey is also so much more defensive mindset. So it's like, as you see in the SHL, most games are 2-1, 3-2, 1-0. But for sure, like, I have some really good mentors there in Rögle. The Chris Abbott and Cam Abbott, 2 brothers who came from Canada. And then Alman Bibic is a really good defenseman, played SHL for many years. He told me, and those 2 together were telling me to try to go over to North America because my playing style with the speed and physicality would fit better over here, and that's why I made that step, and I really don't regret it at all.
Yeah, physicality is a huge part of your game. We'll talk more about your time in the FPHL momentarily, but you played for what felt like 2 or 3 different teams in every year growing up, rising through the ranks, and just the life of a hockey player, going up, down, wherever it may be. Was it your decision to make these moves, or were coaches placing you around?
So growing up in juniors and high school and everything like that, it's like I usually played up a year, play with the team that was a little bit older than me. And that's also like what coaches want. Like, it's, you just listen to the coaches and do what you want. And getting to play up a year, it's a really cool experience playing with older guys. At that level, it makes a huge difference. So it was just really good, and I think it really helped me. And I'm happy for everything I had there.
And playing on 2 to 3 teams a year, it's no secret that you're going to have a lot of different teammates. Did you struggle to build chemistry with all these different moving parts on the teams you were on, or did it come naturally to you?
No, so like in those years in major juniors and everything, like when you played up a year, like the players are so good. Like one year, my last year in Rögle, like my team had 7 guys drafted to the NHL. So like playing on one team together. So it's like everyone has such an incredible talent. So it's like it's so easy to find chemistry. And as we probably get to later, one of my linemen I've been playing with here, like he played major juniors too, and we found each other like off the get-go.
It's been fun to watch. I assume you're talking about Jewett and Blacksmith, of course.
I am.
But moving forward here, what are some of your favorite memories growing up as a younger kid, younger than 18, playing youth hockey? What are some things that come to mind when you look back at your journey?
So before major junior, I played a big tournament in Sweden. The biggest one you can do is before major juniors. It's called TV-pucken. It's the districts in Sweden take out their best players and play each other in a big tournament. And I think as a kid, you dream about playing that before major juniors in Sweden. So that's a really fun thing to be part of. So.
That's awesome. And did you have it in the back of your head the entire time growing up that you wanted to play professionally? Was it something that you kind of realized, okay, I'm good enough where I can have an opportunity to play professionally? Or was it something that you've always wanted to pursue since you were young?
Yeah, I think the dream has always been obviously to make it to the NHL. Like every single person's dream has been to get there. And as soon as I started growing up in youth hockey, it got better and better. And then when I made a step into major juniors, I think that was really when I realized that I could make a career out of it and make it pro. And so far, it hasn't gone to the ECHL yet, but obviously that's the goal, and hopefully I can make that happen soon.
And still pretty young, what, 23 years old?
Yeah,
so still plenty of time to rise up the ranks.
For sure.
And happy belated. That was in Blue Ridge you celebrated your birthday, if I'm not
first night there, yeah.
And had a goal, right?
Yeah, I did.
Always
Finally.
nice to have one on your birthday.
Yeah,
but
hasn't been too many this year. But.
But so now we're going to 2022. You decide you're going to dabble in pro and play in Sweden Division II level.
Yeah.
What was it like scoring your first professional goal? Now you get to this stage, you're finally able to get one. Take us through the emotions.
So it was obviously really exciting scoring my first pro goal in Sweden. It was a tough year because before that I was actually going to go to Canada and play in the OHL. Then I broke my arm and I needed surgery. So
Oshawa, you were telling me that, right?
Then I broke my arm and I lost that contract due to limited import spots. And I was out for 6 months. Sadly lost that contract and just needed to find a place to play and got a few offers in Sweden and I just took that. And it was a really crazy year. I got bought into a higher league after halfway through the season and then had a really good year there with Nybro Vikings and then actually got hurt again ended that season and that's after that I was like, you know what, it's time to try something new and that's when I decided to go over to North America.
I want to ad-lib off the script here. You've mentioned a couple of injuries you've had that have definitely been setbacks in your career, but as an athlete, when you have, you're trying to keep a positive mindset all the time, but when these injuries happen, how are you able to mentally overcome those adversities and just continue to play on?
Yeah, so I think it's a really tough question. Like, it's tough for everyone to get injuries. It's a tough spot mentally. Like, you can't do what you love. When I broke my arm and I needed a few different surgeries, and I was out for 6 months. Luckily, it was just 2 months of the season, and then I could rehab throughout the summer. I don't know where I would be if that was in the beginning of the season or not. I think that would be a lot harder, but it was just a really hard mindset of getting back and knowing that you could get to a really high level and having that mindset. And I think that kept me going.
So how did the game, when you're looking at major junior and your time playing there and then playing professionally, what nuances or things were you able to notice about how the game changed now playing at a professional level?
I think that major juniors is like one of the best places you can be before professional hockey, obviously. It's such a high-paced game. But like playing professional now, it's definitely more a men's game. Like it's very physical, and you really gotta be aware of everyone on the ice because there are some big guys in this league and in any league really. So really keeping your head up is a big difference, and the game is faster, stronger, and everything just gotta be faster decision making and everything like that. But I think go from being a major junior really helped making that step.
So the assists speak for themselves at the professional level, but how would you characterize your style of play?
I think I'm a very hardworking power forward, I would say, first and foremost. Specifically, like, go to the higher levels, you got to earn your spot, and that's something I can really do, I think, contribute. Fast forward checking, hard back checking, physical play, but also being a big playmaker. I can see the ice very well, specifically, like, find my teammates very easily, and I know where guys want to be when they want the puck. And specifically like this year, it's been more like I play with players that likes to shoot, and being in the league for 3 years is really like the guys know who you are. Same for me, I know most of the guys in this league too now, so it's easier for me to like catch people off guard and making a good pass instead of taking it to myself. But
I think that's a great mindset to have and something that everybody needs in the top six, especially in this league. But now we're up to 2023, 2024. You already talked a little bit about your decision as to why you came over to the United States, and you signed with the Mississippi Seawolves when you're just 19 years old, 25 goals and 42 assists in 47 games. So quite the stat line in just your rookie season, just 19 years old.
Yeah.
But what was it like playing in the FPHL at a young age? I mean, the physicality in this league is crazy. So did you have your welcome to the Fed hit, or did you feel like you were able to play up to everybody's level? Just what was your initial...
I think I played with Yanni Lirakos and Joachim Nilsson probably my whole season there. We had a really good team that year, actually. Our whole line was putting up a lot of points that year. I think I acclimated really fast to the game in this league. I did have a hit that year that was bad. I got a concussion from it, was out 9 games. But other than that, like, I think playing against some of the good teams, Columbus, Carolina, that was really like, welcome to the league. They would chirp you a lot that you're young and everything like that, but it was a good line I played with, so I mean, I think our play spoke for itself, really.
And you were also named an honorable mention on the FPHL all-rookie team in that season. Looking at that accolade, what does it mean to you, and did it give you a confidence boost going forward here?
No, for sure. Like, it's always good and always honorable, like, to get a acclimate like that, and being named anything is a good thing and a big thing for anyone, I think. Like, even if I wouldn't have been, like, I still, like, thanks to that season, I think I had a really big confidence going into the next year after that. It's just, like, anything that can be like that is good for you, and I think that helps, really, and it's just exciting people notice what you're doing. So.
And so obviously you enjoyed your time with the Mississippi Seawolves in that 23-24 season. What was it about then that made you want this? Obviously you were traded here from Topeka, which we'll talk about momentarily.
Yeah.
But what made this town and this community and this organization now as the Breakers something that you wanted to return to now?
No, for sure. I mean, this is where it all started for me in professional hockey in America. So, like, knowing that I could come back here due to the situation I had at Topeka, it was a no-brainer for me. I was just really excited to come back here, and I love the community. I love the place, and I'm just happy to be back where it all started.
Definitely a fun place to be, especially with the weather like it is now. We've had, 70, 75 degrees the last few days. It's pretty awesome. And now getting back into the swing of things at practice, it's really, you can't beat it. But the next season, 2024-2025, you signed with the Monroe Moccasins, their inaugural season. 32 games played with the Snakes there, 5 goals, 15 assists. But what was it like playing for the Moccasins in their inaugural year? Obviously, weren't able to make the playoffs, but it seems like a great market for the sport.
No, for sure. I mean, it was a really fun place to play at. I was there for half the year. I left for the SPHL, then I came back at the end for the playoff push we had, and we added a lot of guys, and I think we should have made playoffs that year. We were really close after that playoff push we had. It was a good set of learning ability. Like, when I came back from an SB camp, it was a strictly punishment a little bit. I had to sit for the first few games, and in their way, it was showing that this is a team that want to win. So if you want to play there, stay there. But it was a good team, and we should have made playoffs that year for sure.
Their fans are very passionate. There's no secret about it. Just observing and watching you guys play and going into that arena. Breakers had to do it 12 times before you arrived. I'm not sure if Topeka had to go down there, but it's a crazy environment. I mean, these fans are nuts. They're loud. They got the whole light show. The speakers are booming all the time. So playing in front of a passionate fan base and just a group of people that seem to sell out the arena every other night at a minimum. What was it like playing in the Civic Center there?
No, it was totally amazing. Like, Jersey auctions always went crazy, just like they did for the Seawolves when I was here. But they sold out every night there when I was there. Like, it was they have a really good fan base, really passionate. They always sell out, always stick up for the guys. We were there with Topeka at 2 games this season. But still then, like...
Warm welcome back? What was it like?
No, it wasn't bad, actually. Like, people are really friendly. Like, specifically if you played there before, like, they're super friendly with all the players that ever played there before. And it's a really fun place to play because it's a great atmosphere to play, and it's really, really good atmosphere, and you'd really know you're in pro hockey being there.
Yeah, that's what we've heard. I just talked to, who was it recently? Someone recently, and they were saying, yeah, Monroe, it's like playing almost in a mini NHL arena
Oh,
because
yeah.
of how loud it is and how
Yeah.
crazy it is. But you also played in that season, which you alluded to, 17 SPHL games, 2 goals, 6 assists. The first 6 games were with Pensacola, and the next 11 with the Macon Mayhem. But how did you enjoy your time in the SPHL, and how was it different from the FPHL?
No, I enjoyed it. I loved it. It was amazing. Pensacola is a sick spot. It's you living straight on the beach. It's
Great year they're
amazing.
having this year, too.
Yeah, they're doing really good this year. But no, for sure, it's a great place. Same with Macon. I loved it. They renovated their facility, and like their locker room is ECHL level for sure. Like it's an unreal place too. No, I really loved it, but difference from the Fed is, I think, the structure for sure. I think it's more structured in the SPHL, and that's why you can see it's a little more less scoring league. Like it's pretty low scoring league because it's more focused on structure and defensive there. I think more like it's closer to the ECHL in that sense of like they're very like defensive minded. Uh, but I mean, this year and the FPHL is just growing, and you can see from Athens and Monroe specifically like how guys from the ECHL chooses to be in the FPHL over the SB, obviously for financial reasons and just many different reasons off the ice, where the FPHL can provide a lot more than the SB. So
I think that's a great perspective on it as someone who's been both places. So this year you return to the FPHL. You joined the Topeka Scarecrows. 35 games played with the Scarecrows before the trade, 4 goals and 21 assists. What was it like being a Scarecrow in their inaugural season?
Yeah.
I mean, they got that beautiful Landon Arena at the Stormontville Event Center. It's a great venue, brand new. The fans come out and they support, and it seems like a really good spot for hockey to stay in the FPHL there. So
no, for
what
sure.
was it like?
No, for sure. I loved it. It's a great arena, great community. I also had great fans there. A lot every game, 3,000 to 4,000 fans a night. I really enjoyed it. I actually signed with Knoxville this year in the SB a month before Topeka called. But it's the same there. Like the opportunity off the ice was just too good to say no to.
Yeah.
So I took that, and it was a good spot for sure.
So as one of their top assist leaders, you had 21 there, we mentioned, in the 35 games. But what allowed you to be such a great playmaker? You mentioned playing with solid line mates who like to shoot the puck, but what made it work for you there?
It's the same thing there. Like you play with guys who likes to shoot the puck, but also like I think I can acclimate my game everywhere I play, and I think I've done that ever since I played major juniors. It's like that's what the scouts like to see too. Like it's not just how good you are, but like how good you can make your line mates and teammates be on the ice too. And I think I can really see set guys up in good chances, and I'm very not selfish, obviously, with the assists, but I like to pass it, and I play the same way wherever I am. So.
And so then you get the call a few weeks ago that you're traded to Biloxi. What's your initial reaction to this deal? As you mentioned, it's where you started your career, but now you're getting traded back. What was your initial reaction?
No, for sure. I mean, me and the management had a different point of view and looking at how I'm playing, and they wanted me to put up more goals, and I wanted to put up more assists, and so it got to the point where we got into a little bit. So I kind of knew that talking with them that it was going to happen, a trade, and they asked a little bit where I wanted to go, and Biloxi was one of the options, and so I was happy I was able to come back here and start playing here again. So happy about that.
And the production has only gone up since you've come back to Biloxi. 11 games played for the Breakers, 2 goals and 20 assists. And when the Scarecrows came back and the Breakers were able to snap that losing streak, you had 7 assists in that weekend against your former team, which I know has got to be a good feeling.
Yeah.
But how were you able to stay consistent with the production? If anything, it might have even been trending up. But what was working for you when you landed here?
I think just knowing that you're playing almost at home, you know everyone here, you know the community, you're feeling comfortable. Also, I got to give a lot of credit to Banter, our coach, our head coach. He's really given me the opportunity to play my game, and he's really like pushed for me to really like do that and play my way. And obviously, 2 goals is it's not a lot, but the assists are there. And that is really my way of playing. Like I really don't care about, like, you can't score goals without assists most of the time. So
Yeah.
I'm happy putting up assists with the teammates I'm having, linemates I'm having, and I'm just grateful to Banter for giving me the opportunity and chances he's been giving me so far.
Yeah, you're playing with Joette and Blacksmith and Ross Bartlett for the most part here, and that line has been awesome to watch, really been clicking. But how do you like playing with them? What makes their style of game something that goes with yours?
No, for sure. I mean, I think Bart's just a really smart player, really skilled guy. Smaller, but he's a little. He plays hard too. He's been injured for a few of the games, so we've had a different player with us those games. But he's been a good player to play with for sure, and we keep playing together now. And Chewy, like I said earlier, played Major Junior like I did. We connect really well off the get-go. I've been putting up 2 points per game now together ever since we started, and I'm just really happy playing with him, and I think we connect both on and off the ice really well. So.
Yeah, and Chewy, I mean, he's scored in all but one game since coming over to Biloxi from Columbus, and you're a huge part of that. As we mentioned, the 20 assists, but Chewy's got, I think, 8 or 9 goals as a breaker, and you've been at the forefront of many of those.
Yeah.
So it's really been awesome, really refreshing on the offensive end to watch you guys. But what's the goal for this group? 7 games left, out of the playoff picture, but trying to build towards the future in one way or another. But what is the goal for your group in these final 7 games?
No, I think it's for sure to bring in a good mentality and good style of hockey into next season. I mean, obviously we can't make playoffs, but like you can really set the tone for next season and really set the tone of like we are a good team and we're gonna have a good team next year. So like it always matters in pro hockey, like how you finish seasons. Like you can't just lay flat down and give up. Like we got 7 games, and if we win that out, like it's gonna look a lot better closer to Carolina than it would without. So I think just showing the community and showing the whole league that we got a good team that can play, even though we got a very young team, we got the talent and we got good enough players to beat teams in this league. So I think we need to just show that in the last 7 games.
Are you excited for Seawolves weekend? We got that coming up. Really nice uniforms, and I'm sure those are going to go for a pretty penny at auction, but it's going to be cool to kind of tap into the past. Are you excited for that opportunity?
I'm so thrilled about that. You know, like, I love the Seawolves when I was here. A little sad, obviously, they renamed, but I love the new name too, so not too bad. But getting to play in a Seawolves jersey again, it's a great feeling, and something I'm looking really forward to this week. It's going to be really fun.
Wrapping up here, Hugo, I like to leave it with the player to have the podium. So first, I'd like to start with a message to your friends and family who may be tuning into our interview here.
No, just thank y'all for supporting me throughout my whole career. I'm just grateful to everyone who's always been there for me throughout injuries, throughout this season, and all years in America now, my 3rd year. Probably going to stay here for a longer time, obviously, a few more years at least. But just really happy and having everyone's support. It means more to me than I know, and I wish I could show it in a bigger way, but just a huge thanks to everyone who's been supporting me, so thank you.
And then finally, your message to Breaker Nation, to the fan base.
Just thank y'all for the support so far. I love it, and I hope we can get even more people back in the stands for the last 4 home games now, and just really win out and have a great culture and great group of guys in the stands too for the last 4 games, and hopefully they can love it and enjoy the last 4 games as much as we do.
All right. Well, that's Hugo Koch on episode 32. His jersey, number 93, will be up for auction on Saturday night, March 28th. We'll have that post-game Seawolves jersey auction, so you have a chance to take home one of Hugo's tarps, which definitely will be going on for years to come. So, Hugo, very much appreciate your time. Thanks for joining me, and we'll see you on the ice this weekend.
Thank you.
Huge thank you to Hugo Koch for joining me on episode 32 of Breaker Banner. He's one of the more experienced guys on this Breakers team, and the production has been unbelievable since his arrival. I mean, 2 points per game, that's huge on the top line. So a guy that will be a focal point of this Breakers organization going forward. Really nice to see what he has to say, and excited to watch him in these final 7 games. But as I mentioned, March 27th and 28th, Sea Wolves weekend. Louis Dumont in the house. So a really awesome opportunity to meet one of the all-time ECHL greats, the points leader and assist leader and the captain of those Mississippi Sea Wolves. So come on and meet Louis, and then we'll have our post-game jersey auction on that Saturday, March the 28th. One last time, ticket redemption. So that opens March 20th at noon. Any unused season tickets that you have, you can take to the box office up until April 4th at noon, and they will give you a voucher for a terrace level seat. Again, you can't pick your seat, so you can't line them up next to you, but you can get an extra terrace level seat for as many as you have and bring on a whole lot of fans. And maybe if there's some room, you can find a place to sit together. But we need you in the house. We need you loud. We need all the support we can in these final 4 home games. Appreciate everybody for coming out, and hopefully we can bring a win in the Battle of I-10 this upcoming weekend. But that just about wraps us up on episode 32 of Breaker Banner, live from the Hard Rock Cafe in Biloxi. My name's Devin Dobek, and I'll see you this weekend.